Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Montreal Preview, Swiatek and Gauff lead the charge at WTA 1000 Canadian Open. World number 10 Paula Badosa has also withdrawn due to recurring injury issues, while world number 6 Zheng Qinwen pulled out after elbow surgery last week, and former world number 2 Ons Jabeur confirmed her intention to take a break from professional tennis. And both Donna Vekic and Sonia Cardle have also bowed out. The 24-year-old Swiatek, though, is returning to action quickly, ready to build on her history-making Wimbledon run, in which she stormed past Ludmila Samsonova, Belinda Bencic, and Amanda Anisimova en route to her first Grand Slam title on grass, an emotional milestone for the four-time Roland Garros and U.S. Open champion. It's something that is just surreal. Swiatek told journalists at the All England Club, "I feel like tennis keeps surprising me, and I keep surprising myself. I'm really happy with the whole process, how it looked from the first day we stepped on a grass court. I feel like we did everything for it to go in that direction, without expecting it, just working really hard." After promising to celebrate with something more crazy than her now viral pasta and strawberries combo, Swiatek followed through with her Instagram lighting up with photos from a Baltic Sea getaway, where she lounged on a yacht, went jet skiing, and leapt into the water near Gdansk. Recharged, smiling, with some amazing memories. "Let's kick off another chapter of this season," she captioned the post. The number 2 seed in Montreal will be hoping to meet world number 2 Coco Gauff in the final, but there's a newly expanded 96-player draw for both of them to navigate first. The Pole and the American may not have had the greatest first third of the season, but they turned it on when it mattered, with Gauff winning her first Roland Garros in June, and Swiatek landing her first Wimbledon title in July. And their race to the final Grand Slam of the year now begins in Montreal. Jessica Pegula is the two-time defending champion here, and is on 10-match winning run in Canada, having last year defeated Amanda Anisimova 6-3-2 to 6-6-1 to claim her third WTA 1000 tournament and her 6th WTA singles title overall. But the American's form has been patchy, despite her 35-14 win-loss record and 3 titles to her name. While she played well on hard courts early in the season, she didn't do much on clay. And after winning a Wimbledon tune-up over Swiatek in Bad Homburg, she went out in the first round at both Wimbledon and Washington, D.C. last week. There are 7 of the world's top 10 singles players in action as the National Bank Open celebrates its first edition in its new expanded form, with the event being played over 12 days and ending with a final on Thursday, August 7th. Top-seeded Gauff attended when the draw was made on Saturday, in which 96 singles players are vying for the title, and the 32-seeded players receive first-round byes. Gauff and Swiatek lead the way as the top 2 seeds, after Sabalenka withdrew before the draw was made, citing fatigue. Other top names include the defending champion Pegula, Mira Andreeva, Anisimova, Madison Keys, and Emma Raducanu, while wildcards include 2019 U.S. Open champion Bianca Andreescu and 18-year-old Canadian Victoria Mboko. American Gauff leads the top section of the draw, and will likely face former world number 7 Danielle Collins in her opening match, should her compatriot get past a qualifier. The two have never faced each other. Gauff has been a 3-time quarterfinalist at this event, from 2021 to 2023. And, should she make the quarterfinals, she is projected to face 7th seed Jasmine Paolini, who has won both of their last 2 meetings, albeit on clay. Other possibilities include 12th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova, 18th seed Beatrice Haddad-Maia, and 26th seed Ashlyn Kruger. Among the other names in this quarter is rising teenager Mboko, who will contest the biggest event in her home country for the first time as a top 100 player. The 18-year-old will meet Australia's Kimberly Birrell in her opener. Paolini is at the other end of this quarter, and the 2-time Grand Slam finalist is guaranteed to meet a qualifier in the second round. 4th seed Mira Andreeva headlines the bottom section of Gauff's half, with the Russian projected to face off against American Emma Navarro in the quarterfinals in the second section of the draw. The 18-year-old Russian world number 5, though, does not have an easy draw as she will face a Grand Slam champion in the second round, Barbara Krejcikova, the 2021 Roland Garros and 2024 Wimbledon champion, or Canadian superstar Bianca Andreescu, the 2019 U.S. Open champion. Krejcikova won her only meeting with Andreescu way back in 2017, in Linz qualifying, when they were both ranked outside the top 100. The Canadian number 1, Leylah Fernandez, is in the same section, who faces Maya Joint in her opening match for the second straight event, Fernandez having beaten Joint in the first round of Washington this past week. At the other side of this quarter, if seedings hold, number 8 seed Navarro and number 9 seed Elena Rybakina should meet in the last 16. Pegula is the highest seed in the third quarter and will face the winner of the first-round match between former world number 3 Maria Sakkari and rising Canadian wildcard Carson Branstein, who just made her Grand Slam main draw debut at Wimbledon. If seeds hold, there will be a rematch of last year's final in the quarterfinals, with Pegula taking on 5th seed Anisimova, who has since won a WTA 1000 title in Doha, reached a first Grand Slam final at Wimbledon, and cracked the top 10, and faces Sorana Cîrstea or Lulu Sun in the round 2. Other players in this quarter include Grand Slam champions Raducanu, Naomi Osaka, and Yelena Ostapenko, as well as Alina Svitolina, who won this title in 2017. Raducanu has yet to win a singles match at the Canadian Open, having last competed here in 2022, but a return to the British number 1 spot on Monday, thanks to a deep run in Washington, has put her in a buoyant mood, and she begins her Montreal campaign against Elena Gabriela Ruse. 32nd seed Peyton Stearns, who benefits from a bye, would be the 2021 U.S. Open champion's next opponent, with a clash against Anisimova projected in the third round in a matchup which the Brit likes, having convincingly won both of their meetings this season. Svitolina and Elise Mertens are the other 2 seeds in Raducanu's quarter, being potential fourth-round hurdles, with Pegula, 13th seed Ludmila Samsonova, 22nd seed Ostapenko, and 25th seed Magda Linette other potential quarterfinal options. Swiatek leads the bottom half of the women's singles draw, and the newly crowned Wimbledon champion opens against a qualifier or Yulia Putintseva, who is the very player who last beat the Pole at SW19 last year. The former world number 1's best performance in Canada was reaching the 2023 semifinals, but the 6-time Grand Slam champion has shed a lackluster period in glory and is back to the peak of her powers. Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova is projected to face Swiatek in the third round, with either 16th seed Clara Tauson or 21st seed Magdalena Frech likely waiting afterwards. Australian Open champion Madison. Montreal Preview, Swiatek and Gauff lead the charge at WTA 1000 Canadian Open. As the summer hardcourt swing rolls into full throttle, all eyes turn toward Montreal for the WTA 1000 Canadian Open, a stage where champions are born, rivalries are renewed, and rising stars look to etch their names into history. This year, the spotlight beams brightest on 2 generational forces, world number 1 IGA Swiatek and reigning U.S. Open champion Coco Gauff. Together, they headline one of the most stacked and unpredictable draws the women's game has seen all season. A clash of titans amid a swirling sea of talent. The 2025 edition of the Canadian Open, held in the electric tennis-loving city of Montreal, promises storylines at every turn, from season slam winners like Elena Rybakina and Aryna Sabalenka to dangerous floaters like Leylah Fernandez and Mira Andreeva. The women's field is as deep as it is diverse, but at the heart of the tournament lie 2 poles of gravitational pull: Swiatek, the calculated Polish perfectionist, and Gauff, the powerful American trailblazer redefining youth in tennis. IGA Swiatek, the relentless architect. For IGA Swiatek, 2025 has been a symphony of consistency. With titles in Doha, Madrid, and Roland Garros already under her belt, the world number 1 arrives in Montreal as the firm favorite, not only because of her ranking but because of the tactical intelligence and mental steel she brings to the court. Swiatek has made a habit of taming fast surfaces with slow court precision. Her slide-heavy footwork, unbreakable baseline play, and suffocating topspin combine to turn hard courts into chessboards. But Montreal hasn't always been Swiatek's strongest fortress. A surprising third-round exit last year left a sting, and the 4-time Grand Slam champion is surely looking to rewrite that narrative. With the U.S. Open looming, a deep run in Canada would cement her status as the woman to beat on North American soil. Her projected path won't be easy. Potential early round tests from resurgent players like Karolina Machova or Daria Kasatkina could challenge her rhythm. A semifinal clash with either Rybakina or Sabalenka, both of whom have tested her in major finals, would offer the kind of heavyweight tennis that Montreal fans live for. Coco Gauff, the heir has arrived. If 2023 was the year of Coco's breakout, 2024 was her arrival. Now in 2025, Gauff enters Montreal not as a prodigy, but as a peer to the sports elite. With a slam to her name, a steady climb to world number 2, and an aura of belief that crackles in every forehand, she steps onto Canadian soil emboldened. Montreal was where she first announced herself to the WTA as a teenager. This year, it could be where she confirms her dominion. Gauff's draw places her in a loaded bottom half, potentially facing big servers like Ludmila Samsonova and tricky movers like Ons Jabeur. But the 21-year-old is no stranger to navigating danger. Her ability to adapt mid-match, raise intensity on key points, and energize a crowd has made her one of the tour's most compelling figures. Beyond tactics, there's the mental armor she's developed under the tutelage of Brad Gilbert. Gone are the days of second-serve jitters and defensive passivity. Today's Gauff is an attacker, a risk-taker, and most importantly, a finisher. With Montreal fans cheering her on like a hometown favorite, she'll look to capture her first WTA 1000 title of the year and make a strong case for repeating her U.S. Open triumph. The chasers, Sabalenka, Rybakina, and the wildcards. No WTA 1000 draw is complete without its shadows of chaos and glory. Aryna Sabalenka, the big-hitting Belarusian, is still looking for her rhythm after an up-and-down mid-season. When her serve is firing and her aggression balanced, she can blitz through any draw. Just ask her victims at the Australian Open earlier this year. If she finds her groove, Montreal could serve as a redemption arc before New York. Then there's Elena Rybakina, the calm storm. Her effortless power, impeccable timing, and no-nonsense demeanor have made her a silent assassin on tour. She's the only player to beat both Swiatek and Sabalenka in multiple finals over the last 2 seasons. If her body holds up, a lingering back issue has nagged her. She's a dark horse who shouldn't be underestimated. Other names to watch? Emma Raducanu, back with a vengeance and playing some of her best tennis since her fairy tale U.S. Open run. Leylah Fernandez, the Canadian darling, returns to her home tournament eager to make magic again. Mira Andreeva, the teenage disruptor, has nothing to lose and everything to prove. Doubles delight in homegrown heroes. While singles may dominate headlines, the doubles draw boasts fireworks of its own. Top-ranked Taylor Townsend returns fresh from claiming the doubles #1 ranking, a history-making feat for American tennis. She pairs with her frequent partner Asia Mohammed to headline a draw full of chemistry, power, and surprise. The local crowd will also have plenty of hometown pride on display. Bianca Andreescu, the 2019 U.S. Open champion, continues her comeback trail and could prove to be a major spoiler if she finds form. Teen sensation Marina Stachysik, buoyed by a breakout Billie Jean King Cup showing last year, earns a main draw wildcard and carries the dreams of Canada's next tennis generation. The stage is set. As the hard courts of Montreal come alive under blue skies and passionate roars, one truth rings louder than ever. This is no ordinary WTA 1000. It's a convergence of generations, styles, and stories. Swiatek, the methodical queen. Gauff, the blazing comet. Sabalenka, the unbridled force. Rybakina, the sniper. And behind them, a fleet of fearless challengers ready to flip the script. With the U.S. Open on the horizon, the Canadian Open offers more than just points or prize money. It's a proving ground. It's where champions sharpen their swords and contenders catch fire. And as Montreal welcomes the world's best, one thing is certain. The race to the final major of the year begins here, and it starts with Swiatek and Gauff leading the charge.